but there's still some stuff to do. Like I said, if you give them just the task and said, have at it, we never know what could happen in terms of them talking to one another. So before, we always want to give them independent work time, independent thinking time. It's hard for people to jump into a task right away and start collaborating when you haven't had time to just think about it for yourself for a moment. So you always want to provide some independent work time on any task, if it's even a highly collaborative task or not. And this is what Phil Darrow said to me one time, which I had never had explicitly said to me before, but it made so much sense and it was opposite of what I would typically do. But he said, stop students before they're finished. And so I think what I would usually do is I would give them independent work time. I would monitor the room and I would tell them to turn and work with their partner when most of them were almost finished. They had gotten pretty far in the task. And then what would happen is they would turn to one another and say, I got this. Okay, I got this. And then that would be the extent of their collaboration. And so this idea of being really purposeful and being upfront with the students, tell them, I'm going to stop you before you get very far, but I want you to think about the task, try some things out, and then I'm going to stop you. So don't worry, you're not expected to be finished. But it really helped step up the collaboration in my classroom because I stopped them and they needed to finish it together at that point. While they're collaborating, monitor and ask questions, which we all know. We want to dig into their thinking. And we want to keep track of the time and energy. Sometimes collaboration can be so good and we sit and we're talking to one student and the energy level, I know we all know the feeling, I can picture it. The energy level starts to come down and then we've kind of lost the momentum of the collaborative moment that's happening. So you just want to keep track of the energy in the room and the time. Sometimes if we let that go on too long, many other conversations are happening. We've lost focus of the mathematics and then it takes longer to pick it back up and bring it to the forefront again. And then after, we want to make connections explicit through the work that students are doing. So as you're monitoring, asking questions, we're looking for the relevant mathematics that we want to highlight at the end. And we're going to pull those from the students to make the connections explicit. Because sometimes it's easy when we get into these big problem-based classrooms to let ideas just kind of linger out there. So we just want to make sure that we're explicit with students about the ideas through their work. So I have a video of different moments, this task in a class, in my third grade classroom.
What are you going to do? No. Wait, not. It's literally. Hold on.
They helpful at all?
No.
No?
I don't even understand why I did it.
Princess, why do you think it's helpful to do that?
It's like a guideline for the next paper. I got the guideline. Like many. It's like a guideline.
And what do you mean it's a guideline for the next paper?
So if like one is here and I mark it, like if I didn't mark it, you wouldn't know where the next paper clip would go.
Yeah.
I think I understand what she was trying to do.
Mm-hmm. What was she trying to do?
The lines help you place them.
Oh, they're doing.
So basically, I remember what I did on the thing where we had to use the paper clip.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember what me and Kevin did, so now I'm using this strategy.
The same strategy, and so you're just labeling the space. The moments I saw before I go on to the next task, moments that I saw that really highlighted collaboration. It's always the leaning in for me. They're on each other's papers and there's not a get off or it feels like this paper is our paper and we're working together. And they're both writing ideas. One's writing ideas while the other is contributing. I feel like that is so important and such a big sign of collaboration. The end moment when Braden says, I use the idea that Kervins and I did, and I remember how Kervins and I did it, and I'm using that strategy here. So they're listening to one another's ideas and strategies. Or Charlie, when she was going, I don't even know why these tick marks are, why am I doing this? And Princess being able to chime in and saying, this is why we do it. It's a guideline. This was third grade. So the collaboration in that classroom, and I'm not their classroom teacher. I come in 2 days a week, but their classroom teacher has set up such a community of, they make mistakes and they laugh and they fix them and they move on. And it's just, she's set up such a beautiful structures and environment in that classroom that it's easy for me to come in and plan with them and teach and have these moments. But it definitely takes constant reinforcement, because there will be moments where we want to share an incorrect response and put it up there. And we have to know that students are safe with us doing that, and creating that environment really supports us being able to do that.